All right, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in because the best way to learn is to see close up without a filter. You can see I have a little bit of Black Friday eyeliner here. I couldn't get it off. Really frustrated, but the show must go on. Okay, I'm gonna start with a color. First of all, I decided to do a neutral look today. When I do warm eyes, people are like, what about a cool eye? When I do cool eyes, people are like, what about a warm eye? So for 3 years now, sometimes you'll see me do a warm eye and a cool eye because that's fine. I'm not going anywhere that day, but I have somewhere to be tonight. I'm volunteering for a kids group. So we're gonna stay neutral, and this is gonna be a neutral eye. Whether you're spring, summer, fall, winter, you can wear this eye. And then I'm gonna show you at the end, I'm gonna do a little pop of the color of the month, okay? So I'm going to take basic because for me, basic is just very basic. It is neutral, it's not too cool, it's definitely not warm. We're gonna go into the socket and we're just going to go back and forth. And I'm already liking this better than with the Seint brushes. I think the Seint brushes are maybe dirty, but also they're just not as luxurious. Now, I love me Seint brushes for face. There's nothing better with Seint, or Demi for, you know, the Demi brushes for Demi. There's nothing better. But I think we can do better on some of our Seint brushes. I feel like they could be a better quality. Also, I was using this black one and I feel like it was cheap. It doesn't feel like their regular one. So it must have been some kind of limited edition and it just feels cheap. Okay, do you see how soft that is? I'm not going on the eyelid, though I could. I could go on the eyelid with this, but I want to save a little bit of naked eyelid for the pretty shade of the month. So I'm just going back and forth. I have nothing on my face because if I drop anything and it gets messy, then it's easier to clean up and do my complexion after. This is what I do with people in my chair. I always do eyes first because then we can easily clean up everything under the eye, and we're not taking away all the work we did on building a beautiful complexion. So eyes first, okay? So there we go. On both eyes, it's just neutral. It's kind of a soft smoky, and I think it's really pretty. I love it. Then to make sure it's blended, I will go in with kind of like a little chubby brush. I'm gonna go in with my feather dust powder, and I'm gonna go on the brow bone and the outside of the shadow to make sure it's blended. This almost creates like an airbrush effect. I love this powder. It has replaced my Givenchy, I promise. It is so good. I've used it on a whole wedding, and I've used it on 2 models, and I use it on myself, and it's beautiful. It looks like candlelit skin. It's beautiful on camera. It's beautiful in person. Okay, now to keep this eye neutral, I want to go in with Trust. There's your basic, and there is Trust. Trust is a true, what I would call a true neutral. I think it's a true neutral. It's kind of a brown gray. So I'm going to take a brush, doesn't matter what kind, but I'm taking a fluffy one. And I'm going to go on the outside of the eyelid. See, I'm just kind of like lightly pouncing it on the outside of the eyelid. And then I'm going to go on this eye, take a little bit, and I'm going to pounce it on the outside of the eyelid. I hope that you can see this well and appreciate the close-up detail. I do not have a filter on this. This camera comes with a filter, and when I realized that, I was like, holy moly, all of YouTube is using the camera filter. But they can say, oh, I'm not using filters because they're not adding a filter, but the camera comes with a filter. So you have to go in and turn it off. So makes me wonder how many people on YouTube are using this camera filter. All right. I guess I'm recording. I don't know what's going on. This is the third time I filmed. I had no problems with this camera last week other than trying to figure out lighting. But now I'm in front of a window. It's getting darker because my record kept shutting off as I'm filming this. And then when I loaded it to my desktop, it was like 30 minutes I would talk, and then the whole middle of the video was in slow motion, and then the end of it was normal. This camera's gonna be the death of me. It's gonna be the death of me. Okay, let's zoom in. This is looking overexposed, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it because I'll just have to fix it in post. That's what we've said for years in the film industry. We'll just fix it in post. That looks overexposed. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, I'm going to take this little Sephora brush. I don't know if you can see it because anyway, I want this video to be fast and easy. Okay, I'm taking this little Black Friday with this little Sephora brush, and I am going to just tap it above my lash line because it's gonna blend in kind of with the lashes, and it just gives this beautiful, look at that already. Look at how pretty that looks. With the shadows and with my lash line. I'm not going to worry too much about the wing and blending it right now because I can show you a fun little trick. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. You can see it's dropping. Can you see it? Maybe not because it's overexposed, but we'll fix it in post. Okay, so I'm just tapping it all above the lash line. I love Black Friday because even though it looks like it's falling on the face and messy, well, it's not falling on this side. It's almost like a cream and shadow mixed together, but then it sets like a shadow. Okay, we're gonna go over here and look at my big mirror. Yeah, it really does set like a shadow. Okay, we're gonna leave it a little messy because I'm going to show you how we're going to do that, but that is this is overexposed. Okay, I'll be back. This is overexposed. Coming. I can't win today. I can't win today. Okay, so I haven't blended in that trust yet. I'm going to go back in with a little bit more trust, taking a tiny bit more, tapping it out to the eyeliner. It's okay if it's messy, don't worry, we're gonna be messy for a few minutes. That's why I wanted you to see this close up, because I want you to see how this looks. I think we watch these like people on social media, YouTube, Instagram, and we think, oh wow, they're so good, everything they do looks so good, but is it that they have a filter? Is it just professional lighting? Is it that they're further back from the camera so you can't see all the texture? That's why I'm zooming in. I want you to see what real crepey texture eyelids look like. And I've had an upper bleph, okay? But I still have crepey eyes. You know why? I'm 57. They're gonna get crepier in my 60s. They're gonna get crepier in my 70s because that's what skin does. You can pull it tight, but we're still losing the collagen, the elastin. We're still never gonna have the same texture we did when we were younger. We're just not, and that's okay. But I need you to see it close up so you don't feel like you're a failure, okay? Now I'm gonna take a little bit of trust with a tiny little bullet brush, and I'm gonna go under the eye on that lower eyelid. Because I think that's really pretty. I love how that looks. You don't have to, you can omit that step. I have this stuff all over my face. You can omit that step. You can just do it on the upper eyes only, but I like to bring it out. See how pretty that's looking? Okay, it's looking pretty even in my mirror here. But now I'm going to go back to my brush that had basic on it, and I'm going to blend it with this brush. Now, I have not picked up more basic, but I might in a minute. I'm just using the brush. By the way, in my first two videos, I used a eye primer, and you did not get to see me use that in the third, because by the time I've shot this the third time, I've completely forgotten what I've shown you and what I haven't shown you. It's just incredibly frustrating. This is the most frustrated video I've ever done, and yet I'm really happy with how this is turning out so far. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of basic, because it's a lighter color. Always tap to get off excess. And now I'm gonna go back over everything, because it's going to soften it up and marry it all together. You can even go under the eye a little bit with it. Pretty. Just completely neutral. Just a completely neutral eye. I'm going to roll the brush in here, a little more basic. And now I'm going to go on this eye. Back and forth. I'm not going up to the eyebrow, but I'm definitely going in to the brow bone. Okay? Look at that. Very pretty. Very pretty. And we are going to go in again with our little chubby brush, and we're going to go in with the blur powder, okay? Because we're going to make sure we're going into all the outer parts of the eyeshadow to make it look more airbrushed, okay? This feather powder is just so beautiful. And I've been using it totally alone on the brow bone. I don't feel a need to put anything on my brow bone. I just use the feather. See how I'm going on the outside? Okay. And then I have that little bit of Black Friday. Okay. I love that. Dust away anything that might not need to be there. And now we're going to go in. Losing my mind. Okay, this is when I clean up the under eye, and you could even fold this, and you could do this, and it gives you that nice definition. Okay, watch. Gives you that nice definition. This eye looks a little bit lower. One eye is always a little bit different, isn't it? Let's just not pretend that it's not. So I'm going to come down a little bit more with this. Okay. You can always look in the mirror. You can always kind of identify what's not matching up. I'm going to do a little bit more trust. Gotta watch the record button, because all of a sudden it just stops recording, and I cannot figure out why it's slow motion in the beginning. The whole middle of my video is in slow motion, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. That didn't happen the first several times I used this new camera. Keeping it in real close so you can see we've got texture, but for the most part it's soft and blended. As I pull away, it's very soft and blended. You see the focus on my eyes. You don't see heavy eyeshadow, and that's how I want it. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with just this little flat brush, and I'm going to do the shade of the month, which is Frost. It's so pretty, and I'm just going to pat it right here. See, not pretty. So we could do the eye without it, but I feel like when you add a little bit of color, it really gives more depth and dimension and more interest to the eyes. And look, we're not doing that much. It's just a tiny bit of the eyelid. And if you're a hooded eye and you're like, why do my eyelid when I look up, my eyelid's gone? Yeah, but we look around all day long. People see us from all angles. People are going to see that beautiful color even on a hooded eyelid. Even if you don't have an eyelid, they're going to see that color, just maybe not as you're looking straight into the camera or looking straight at them. But this is very pretty. I did some color on this model last Sunday, this hair model. I did a real beautiful purple, like a light to medium purple under her eye. And the next day, it was so cute. 2 hairstylists came in with a pretty color under their eye and they're like, look, you inspired me. So it's fun. And you could tell they were happy. Like they felt cute. They felt there was a little pep in their step because they had that fun color under their eye. So never be afraid to do a fun color under your eye. Okay, and then now I'm just gonna take maybe like a Sabrina, or yeah, I might just take like a little, I don't know, like maybe a little Sabrina, something kind of light, and just go right here on the inner corners. It could be whatever light shimmer you like, it doesn't matter. I just grabbed this one, it doesn't matter. This might even be a little too gold, but it's fine. I just like a little light shimmer on that inner eye. I just think it gives that nice little pop. Okay. Let's see, how are we doing on this filming? I guess we're doing okay. I can't figure out what's wrong with this camera. All right, let me look in. I'm gonna be with little kids tonight, so I don't want like to look like I'm out, like going to the Vegas Strip, you know what I mean? Kids can be brutal with their honesty. Like, what are you wearing that for, you know? We all know. Okay, so I'm all cleaned up. Okay, I'm all cleaned up. And now I'm going to go back in. Oh, darn it. This eyeliner doesn't want to cooperate. These just stops. It just stops filming and I can't figure it out. Okay, so I just wanted you to know that, you know, I used the Seint shadows. You could use a beautiful neutral palette by Makeup by Mario. I use this a lot. I travel with this a lot. I really like this palette by Polite Society. I find that I use this real pretty soft brown a lot. I love some of the shimmers. In fact, we could even put a little, I'm gonna do a pinch of a shimmer. This reminds me of Saint Aries. Just the tiniest bit of sparkle, just tiny, 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 tiny. We're not going for Vegas tonight, but sometimes I like just the tiniest bit of sparkle, but I could have used Aries, but I don't know where it is. And this color that I find I use a lot from Polite Society reminds me of Saint Dream, but until Saint Dream is in the permanent collection, we don't have it. But I'm not telling you to go buy a whole palette just so you can have that color, but I really love it. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. It's been a debacle. I will have to go in and fix it all in post editing. I will not add a filter, but I want you to see in a minute what this looks like with a filter because I want you to be able to discern the difference, okay? When I'm looking in the mirror behind the camera, everything, the eyes are so airbrushed and soft, and it's because of this feather blur just softens everything and makes it look airbrushed. I went in and I used Saint cheeks. I don't know if you can even tell because I feel like this camera's looking washed out, but I have Saint on the cheeks, nothing else. I put a little Saint on the lips with MAC stripped down pencil, and I went in because someone's gonna ask. This is Win Beauty. I don't know if you know Serena Williams has a line of makeup at Ulta. It's really pretty actually. And this is her lip gloss in Prize. It's kind of a really pretty, it's a peach in there might be the tiniest bit of gold frost in there. So that is so pretty over Saint Tropez. I love Saint Tropez. Saint Tropez has been kind of my #1 blush ever since we got rid of Demi R5. I just feel like it's so pretty. And then let's zoom in on the eyes because I want you to see. Not nice? It even looks maybe a little cool since I added that frost. But just so you know, if you don't add the frost, this is a very neutral eye, and you don't have to wear this much eyeliner if you don't want. But it's very soft and pretty and blended, and I hope that you got to see close up what that looked like. I hope you got to see the crepey texture and how things don't look blended until you kind of do all the magic in the very end, okay? You're not bad at eyeshadow. You just have to practice, and you have to stop comparing yourself to other people you see online because maybe they're using filters, okay? Okay, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna turn on the beauty mode because I want you to see how different it looks. Okay, it comes on the camera. You can do low, medium, or high. This is the lowest setting, but you can see my skin looks ethereal. It looks like I never went into the sun a day in my life. Okay, so I wanted you to see the juxtaposition of that. Now I'm gonna turn it off. And I have some, you know, nice professional lighting, which I feel might be washing me out. But remember, I'm learning this all on my own. I don't have an editor. I do all my own editing. Rob was going to do my editing. He even bought software, and then he got a job. So, and he is actually kind of working two part-time jobs. So I'm back to editing. I'm learning this camera on my own. I'm trying to keep up with everything. I'm trying to shoot extra content because I'm in New York City next week. If I don't do a Seint video next Wednesday, it's because I couldn't get it done. I'm in New York City. But I just ordered all the new holiday Seint, and I really am excited to show you about one of everything. I was only going to buy a couple things for me, and then I thought, wait a minute, I need to show everyone. I need to swatch everything. I loved the Advent shadows last year. Best purchase ever. I got another Advent, and there's supposed to be some duochromes in there, so I'm super excited to show everyone. I just don't know when it's going to arrive, and I leave for New York on Sunday. I will be back Saturday with a video on Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, what I feel is worth the investment. But if you don't need it, then do not buy anything. Who cares what I say? I'm just letting you know some really great products that I wouldn't buy full price. It's great to get it at a discount. Some of it's an investment. That's why we want to buy at a discount. And then some other things like Sonia Roselli's 30% off right now, all her skincare site-wide. It's great if you use my link because I get credit for bringing you there, but don't worry, you'll get 30% off, and I'm super happy for you if you do. I know French Face Concealer, which I'm actually wearing today, is going to be on sale, and she never puts it on sale because it's already priced as low as she can possibly afford to do. So French Face Concealer will be on sale, I believe, Black Friday. I know that Seint will have something special on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but of course they don't tell us any of that. And then I do believe that the time that you're watching this video, Wednesday night, I do believe the holiday releases come out to the public. It was available to us last week, and so I bought everything, and I'm just waiting for them to ship, okay? I will see you back here on Saturday. I'll try to keep it brief and to the point. Thank you for bearing with me. I will work this out. It's just been really hard. And let me know in comments if you think that you would like to practice this look. Let me know in comments if you feel like the lighting is better. Is it off? Are you liking the zoom in close up? I love your feedback. I take it very seriously. I really do, okay? I love you. God loves you. And I'll see you on Saturday. Bye for now.